Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to update you and check on next steps. No worries. Things going on here that I can tell you about, but how'd it go? Looks like Roddy Gray is our man. She recounted the detail of their visit to Madeline Ferris, ending with their discovery about the hotel. We were wondering whether we should call in while we're out here. See if we can find anyone who can tell us more about this weekend in Inverness. There was an unexpected silence at the other end of the line. Finally, Grant said, I don't think you'd better. Not just at the moment. There have been a few developments and, funnily enough, they concern the Muir Hotel Corporation. Synchronicity. Might be best if you get back here and join us so we can bring you up to speed. Sounds good. See you shortly. Horton ended the call and glanced at Carlyle, who'd been watching her quizzically, clearly wondering what Grant had said. We're heading back to the ranch, Horton announced. It sounds as if the world is getting even smaller. Horton eventually tracked Grant down to one of the small meeting rooms on the third floor. She poked her head round the door, and Grant waved her in. Come and join the Brains Trust, Grant said. The only room in the building where you'll find a combined IQ in treble figures, Mackay added. Mackay was sitting next to Grant. Sitting around the table were two other men and a woman who were all unknown to Horton. My colleague, D.S. Horton, who's working with me on the Fort George case, Grant explained. She's just come from an interview where, funnily enough, the name of the Muir Hotel Corporation came up yet again. She gestured to each of the three individuals in turn. Tess Adams, National Crime Agency. Simon Derrick, Immigration. Pete Wilson, HMRC. An august crew, Horton thought. And an interesting combination. What's going on? Alec? Grant prompted. Mackay took a deep breath before beginning. I visited one of the Muir Hotel Corporation's fine establishments this afternoon in connection with the Dingwall inquiry. Got 3/5 of bugger all out of the guy I spoke to, who was supposedly the manager. But formed a very interesting impression of the place. He paused for a theatrical beat. As I've just been explaining to our colleagues here, it was a run-down old dump, nothing like the image that they try to convey on their website. I imagine they still get guests, especially in summer when the tourists are pleased with any bed they can find, but I don't imagine anyone stays there twice. A generous 1 star on any online review site, I'd say. So that led me to wonder how they kept the place going, especially in the winter. Why they don't just close for a few months. He stopped again, this time to pour himself a glass of water. Mackay was never one not to relish being in the centre of attention. They seem to have quite a few women working there, mainly fairly young. Late teens, early 20s. As I was heading back to the car, I saw a couple of them who were coming back from dealing with the garbage. So, being a sociable sort of chap, I stopped to make conversation with them. Sadly, neither of them appeared to speak any English. And you think no EU nationals? Simon Derrick said. No way to be sure, just from trying to talk to them, Mackay said. I didn't recognise whatever language they spoke, but that doesn't prove much. They probably wouldn't have recognised what I was speaking as English, if I'm to believe what some of my colleagues tell me. The interesting thing was that both of them seemed very keen to get away from me. Again, not a particularly unusual reaction, according to my colleagues, but these two seemed genuinely scared. So, just out of curiosity, I showed them my warrant card. It was clear they understood the word police, clearly enough, anyway. They both went white and scurried off sharpish. That left me interested enough to have a bit of a nosy around before I left. I didn't stay long because I didn't want to make myself conspicuous, but I found a couple of outhouses that seemed to be full of crates. I saw a couple more young women at the rear of the building.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.